Hello, lovelies. This is a little bit different for me. This is a Lego City set, and this is the Ocean Exploration Submarine, set number 60264, and it has about 280 pieces, and I managed to get it $10 off before it even released in the US off of a United Kingdom website. So that was a little interesting. That's kind of why I really picked it up. There were a couple things in here I was interested in, and so I picked it up, and this is it right now. So let's get into it. We'll take a look at our stickers first, and then we'll go to their figures. So I didn't put the stickers on the set just because there weren't too many of them, and I didn't really have a big desire to see them with the stickers. I believe all these stickers, except for this one, are going to go on the sub. I think right here on the back and probably on the side with these numbers. And then this is supposed to go on the drone right here. But you can see obviously they continue with the yellow, and they have some symbols on there that might be more correlation to city. We got a caution right there. Nothing really special, to be honest. But let's take a look at our figures. So the guy that I believe would be called the mechanic, as you can see, he's sweating and kind of has just kind of regular gear. I actually really like that torso. Pretty detailed on there. You can see a hoodie and then another coat over it. We'll take this hat off, which is kind of a cool hat too. You can see his face is kind of eyebrow up, sweating, like he's busy trying to fix something. No alternate face, which makes sense. And you can see the hood there and kind of a little bit more detail down there. So it's a nice figure. I love the kind of sweating focus face. It's a little bit different. And then we have one other figure that's not in the scuba gear, and this is referred to as Jessica Sharp. So it's a named character from City. I'm not exactly sure why or what the correlation is. I'm sure in the cartoon show or something it has some correlation to it. The pants have some pockets on there, pretty simple. The torso has like a messenger bag on it and some zippers, not too detailed, but the back has that messenger type bag there. I love the double zippers. I think that's cool. Love that hairpiece. One face, just not too special, and has kind of a headband on, which I don't overly like. Kind of looks kind of awkward. But an okay figure. You know, different prints on the torso are nice. And then we have our two deep sea divers, we'll say. So first up, this one comes with a big special like camera, which is just the camera piece kind of built up on the front there. And then the other accessory here is just like a computer. Maybe that's the drone controller there. And then we have this built up suit. And the interesting thing with this is it just is a slide off the top. We'll take more of a closer look. So you can see it has the lens type there in that light blue. And I like the kind of built up lighting on the sides there. I don't know if I would have used a yellow over the clear kind of to show the lighting, but it's a really nice piece. You can see that's kind of got air tank look there, and then two Technic pinholes there, so you can kind of really build off of it. And the other one gets the exact same thing, but we'll take a look at this figure. So first up, you can see that we have a torso print, and it's pretty simple, but a little bit detail. You definitely get the dark blue and the orange. I like that the print goes onto the legs. You kind of have like a tech type suit almost, not necessarily just ocean suit. And the face is kind of really nice. I like the winky eye. I think that's kind of cute. And on the back, we have kind of a smirk smile. Really nice little figure there. But let's look at our other guy. And here we have the like metal detector part. Has a holding or a bar right there. Studs on the sides here. One stud on the back there. And you can actually go all the way through. His other equipment is probably a more high-powered flashlight or sensor or something. Whatever your imagination wants to make it is what it is. But it's just a nice kind of bar-type piece. And then, again, has one of these packs built exactly the same as the other one, so nothing to see there. and the torso and legs are exactly the same. The only thing different is the ridiculous facial expression of terror, fear, or just, yeah, pretty much those. And on the other side, he's happy, probably excited to go deep water diving, and then he sees something he doesn't like. Pretty much kind of cute. I really like that facial expression. So this is pretty much the builds here. Let's go with the smallest one here. This is a little drone that you can have it float around and put something in there. Pretty simple build, but kind of interesting how the angle is, that it's actually more built like this, but then you kind of just flip it down, which is kind of nice. Kind of simple, kind of nice though. Two little propelled engines there, just kind of a nice simple little thing. I would have liked maybe some bars somewhere that someone could hold on to it, but other than that, it's pretty nice. You can put stuff in there, which is kind of a cool little feature. And you can see these two things, which will go on to this. We'll take a look at this next. So in the back here, you can throw it on the ground and then kind of have it hanging off of it. Am I doing this wrong? Or is it supposed to go in and then, oh yeah, okay. So you can have it kind of hide inside there and then pop it out. So it doesn't rotate at all in there. And that's one feature I don't like, but I'll get into that. So it just kind of clips in there so you can have it hold on to there. Maybe make it look like it has more propulsion back there, and then just pull it off and send it on its own little adventure. But going on to that back part, so it's open. This is supposed to be a submarine, and I can get my finger all the way in there, so for a little bit of realism, it's lacking it. I would have liked to have something sealed off, or even it might have just worked to have it connect like this or something. I don't know. It just kind of bothered me a little bit that it's not completely sealed off, but maybe that's just because I'm an adult. Other than that, it's kind of neat. The outside, I like the 4 propeller things to kind of move it around. I like how they use this, which they usually use for horses, little setup here to be like metal holdings or cords for the big lights. I think that's actually really cool. And then we have what might be like the sealed area that you have to actually go in and get it, although it is kind of small. And actually to get inside, you just pop this whole part off, and it just kind of has some certain parts where it connects to. We got some interesting yellow pieces up here that kind of go with these. Otherwise, that's the big kind of vehicle hoods. And inside, there's one computer in the back for someone to sit in. And I don't know how they sit in, so there's no part to hold them in or anything like that. And I believe, obviously, our mechanic is supposed to go in there. And if I can get him, you know, there's just nowhere to have him sit. So you're going to sit him in there, and you're going to move the sub around, and he's going to fall right out, which I don't like. So I'm not too happy with that. And then the front part, you have 2, you know, I like how this is set up. It allows for like good range of vision for your character. But you do have to have this closed before you put the top back on, because if you don't, it will not close. Otherwise, the top getting back on is pretty nice. You have these kind of flotation device with windows on the side, which made a creepy picture on the front box. Otherwise, you have these claws, which have pretty good range of motion. You know, you can move them around a good amount. I don't think they can really bend or twirl. You can have them kind of like that, however you want. But kind of the concept is that they open up like this and kind of snap closed, so you can grab some stuff if you want. Not exactly, I didn't play around with them too much. You can kind of hold a figure like that. So I'm sure you can hold some certain things in there, but not everything. And there's 2 of them. I think it's a really cool little addition that they've made. That's a kind of a recent type part. But yeah, kind of just a nice little thing. You need the rubber band for it to really work. Otherwise, it just kind of hangs there. But let's look at the other little build here. And this is kind of the draw that I had to this set. All in this kind of one thing. We have 2 red crabs. Awesome. You can see detailed up here. We have 2 of these coral pieces or seaweed pieces, whatever you'd want to use them for. And we also have a gem, which is behind this coral piece. You just flip up like that, and you have a gem you can find there, kind of hidden there. I kind of like how that is. And then you have another gem on this side here, and you see in the back there's something hanging way far out. And that's because the other main part, the angler fish. So this is a really simple play feature that basically it just hides in the cave, which I kind of like. You can't really see it there. You know, you might be able to see it there straight on. You can kind of see how it's built so it can perfectly fit out. But all you're doing is you're pushing this out and he slides right out of that cave. Just like that. And you can, you know, play with it. It's a really nice play feature. And that new fish piece is pretty crazy. We'll take a little look after I'm done playing. But yeah, it's simple, but kind of cool. Because you can imagine that's what that one guy gets scared at, you know. Just shooting out that fish. And they use a clear Technic piece, which is kind of nice to have. And this red ball piece, which I don't think I've ever seen before. And then it just sits on that, which I think is an ingenious little build for this little fish. So, this little fish, or big fish I should say, since it's like bigger than a crab, is actually glow in the dark. So that's kind of why it probably looks weird, why it's that white and green. But if you think about it, it's a weird fish inherently, and I'm totally fine with it being a weird looking fish. I don't think that there's any real connection in the mouth. I mean, I guess you could put a bar in there, kind of. Some stuff can fit in there, but it's not really meant to have anything fit in there. I don't know if this is actually like a ball joint. I did not test that. That would be interesting if that is a ball joint that you could actually build off of. But otherwise it just kind of sits on two studs you can see there, and it glows in the dark. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in a couple moments. So let me just see if I can turn the lights off and have this fish change colors. And there it is. That is crazy bright and fairly weird. Yep, you can see it all the way back there. I can actually kind of use it as a flashlight on some of the pieces if I get really close. You can kind of see how it reflects off of the background here. But yep, this is that weird fish, and you can see this is the bottom, and it can just swim around and scare things. And I really like that glow in the dark. I think it looks really crazy. I'm really happy they designed that stuff. My only problem with it is that they didn't use it for Hidden Side. How cool would that have been on Hidden Side if they used some glow in the dark stuff? But anyways, I should probably wrap this video up while I play with this glow-in-the-dark fish. Overall, this set's not too bad. It has a $40 price tag normally, and I kind of feel that's a little expensive, but I got it for under $30 right off the bat, so that at that price, it's not too bad. You get a pretty nice sub build, a little extra sub, 4 fairly nice figures. You get a nice side build of a little rock buildup and some nice parts there, and you get this glow-in-the-dark fish. So overall, I would say if this is your thing, it's a pretty neat set. I didn't put the stickers on because I know it's not something that I personally am going to keep, but or keep built up, I should say. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the video. So I think it's a pretty good set. Might be a little expensive, but other than that, that's pretty much all I got, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.